event in the year at Lucas each year when we celebrate commencement. I want to say a special word of welcome to our guests who are donors tonight and will be presenting later. I want to say a special word to the parents. I know how important this is in the families, each of the families that are here tonight, and we're very pleased that you can be here and celebrate with us. And of course, congratulations and a very special word to our graduating class. We have so many that have returned. We're very pleased about that. I know it's a great difficulty to get from points distant to London for this particular event, but we're so pleased that so many of you have, and we look forward to the celebration that we're going to have tonight. The graduating class has done a great deal of studying in the past, and will continue, I'm sure. I think it's notable that of the students that went to Western this year, I just wanted to make a particular note of this. We just heard this last week that of these, I think it was 65 students that went to Western, we had the highest number of entrance scholarships of any school in the province. And I think that's
It's really a pleasure for me to be here tonight and bring you greetings from the Board of Trustees. My partner in the award, Shirley Clement, is usually here with me, and she would love to have been here again tonight, but Central has chosen the same night for their commencement. She's representing the two of us at Central tonight. As I said, it really is a pleasure to be here. These are the nights that we need to celebrate the successes of our students, and I'm glad to see that so many of you have been able to come out tonight. I'd like to congratulate the graduates for having reached this very significant milestone along their educational path, and wish them every success for whatever path they choose from here. I hope that you do choose that path well, and maybe paths, and you set that goal up in front of yourselves, and you don't lose focus on that goal. You work hard, and you achieve your goals. Sandy has thanked a couple of the groups that I felt needed to be thanked, so I'm glad she did that. I know the teachers have worked hard on your behalves through the last number of years, and your commitment to the students is appreciated, I know. I'd like to thank the parents and the guardians, for they too have helped you along your path by showing love and guidance and direction, and certainly the cooperation between those two groups. That partnership has to work between the home and the school, and we're going to do all the things that we need to do for our students. And I know that it always works well in the Lucas community, and I'm always very happy to see that. I wish you all every success and much health and happiness in the future. Congratulations again. Thank you.
I want to say a few words before we start that. The list of names of graduating students and students who have qualified for an Ontario scholarship is contained in the program. The names with 1 or 2 stars have earned major or minor awards through participation in extracurricular awards, in extracurricular activities, and achieving high marks. So as you read this, as you look at the names in the program, you'll see other things noted as well. The stars meaning major and minor awards, and the Ontario scholars, which you'll find listed as well. Mrs. Amy Evans, a member of our English department, will read the names of the students in the first half, and we will have a number of presenters come forward. Mrs. Posma, who is our area superintendent, will present the diplomas. Mr. Townsend, trustee for this award. Mr. Bruce Tweed, who is our vice principal of class 2 at this school, and is back. We welcome him back. And Mrs. Gail Reeves, who is the current vice principal, will also assist. And we're pleased to welcome back Mr. Ray Hunt, who is retired last year in February. Student Services head here at the school. We're glad to see you back, Ray.
Karen Smith, UWO Science. Ryan Stafford, University Windsor, Criminology.
The highest mark in the subject that is left of us to take up further study or work. We have many of these students here tonight, and some have traveled many miles to get here. It's a very important night for our graduates, and a special night in the history of our school. So as I call the names of the teacher will come from this side, and the student will probably come from this side, who will receive these special awards. I might point out that some of the awards will also be presented at our awards night. We have such a large number of award winners that we have had to split commencement and awards the last number of years. And some of the highest marks went to students who are, in fact, still at the school and will be receiving their award on our awards night. So tonight we have with us, first of all, Mr. Arnold Woolwinning, who will present the OAC Chemistry, and will present the OAC French Novel Award to Kara Smith. I invite Mrs. Kennedy to the stage now again to present to the Lucas stage to make her valedictory address.
Good evening, parents and family, friends, teachers, and of course, my fellow graduates. Welcome back to Lucas for what will be for most of us the last time. It's a tremendous honor for me to be standing here tonight in front of you on behalf of my fellow graduates delivering the valedictorian address, even though right now I'm feeling really nauseous. That's my favorite. As we sit here tonight, we can't help but think back to all the good times and the memories that we shared together during our career here at Lucas. And what better place to start than back in grade 9, which doesn't seem like that long ago really, that we were sitting in this very auditorium, scared, excited, full of anticipation that things would come, but most importantly, confused. Our first week, whether you were here at Lucas or somewhere else, is basically the same. It consisted of being chased, written, drawn, painted on by senior students, all performing degrading rituals such as nose penny pushing down the hallways or sizzling like bacon on the cafeteria table. The only thing that got us through that week was the solace that we'd be able to do the exact same thing to the poor suckers coming into grade 9 the following week. Little did we know that we were making history, because we were the last graduating class ever to be initiated inside the hallowed walls of A.B. Lucas Secondary. Once the first week was over with, and we could stop looking over our shoulders for giant Crayola markers, we could start to take the time to look for the people and meet the people who would someday become our best friends. And to me, that was much more gratifying than having the word loser printed across my forehead. As we came back the following year to grade 10, we were much more secure about who we were and where we belonged in this school. An institute that was labeled a gang school by the London Free Press and the home of DOA. And rightly so, I think, because in the 5 years I was here, I think we must have had at least 4 or 5 fights, and we were really rough. Even though most of our time was spent talking about our bad reputation, that's not what I remember most about grades 9 and 10. The thing that I remember most about that time is the fact that we were all good friends. We did more things as one big group rather than as several small ones. Don't get me wrong, the cliques and the social status was there, but it wasn't as prominent as they would be in the following years. One thing that I remember taking up most of our time through grade 11, and it was something that we perfected, was the art of rumor spreading. We had the ability to take a rumor and spread it faster than any other high school in the city. Not only that, but we could change and manipulate that rumor so much that it would be totally different by the time it got back to the person who started it, and the person who it was about had no idea it was going on. There's one memory about grade 11 that sticks in my mind, and I feel I must share that with you. It happened during the Violence Against Women Week And unfortunately, that week had to happen. It went rather well. There were some things that needed to be addressed that were. And on the last day, they stuck us in room 108 to watch movie clips. And most of them were about violence against women. But there was this one clip in there that had nothing to do with women at all. And to this day, I still don't see the connection. For those of you, well, the clip that this movie film was, or the film that this clip was taken from, sorry, was the movie Deliverance. And those of you who have seen the movie or seen the clip know what I'm talking about, and you're with me on this one. That was not a clip I needed to see at that point in my life. Most of all, I did not need to hear it. If the knee was on, it would have been fine, but the Rio just took me right over the edge. Due to time, I'm going to skip grade 12 and go right to grade 13, our senior year, and perhaps the best year of high school. But our year would not have been half as good if it hadn't been for our Students' Council. And I'd like to take the time to thank them right now. BJ, I know you hate compliments, but you did an amazing job last year. Being the president of the Students' Council holds a lot of responsibility, power, and prestige in the school. And you were a person who knew not only how to use that power and responsibility, but you also knew how not to abuse it. And if I had a hat right now, BJ, I'd tip it off to you. But behind every great president, is an equally good vice president with an equally crazy laugh. Lisa, I don't have the time to say what I want to say to you. To Dan, and of course Jack, who's not here, Jen, Jessica Crawford, Jessica Vanderbeek, Ben, Martin, and Pete, the 10 of you were probably the best Students' Council this school has seen in a long time. You faced a lot of adversity last year, and one reoccurring snag. But you brought back our school dances, you made a lot of money for the school, you spiced up our prep rallies, and you gave us 2 school conferences. And you made our final year as Lucas Viking a blast. Thank you very much. For anyone that says, looking back, they did not enjoy high school, it's nobody's fault but your own. Because high school is what you made it. And ironically, so is life. Because no one can live your life for you. Not your parents, your friends, or your teachers. They're your goals, your dreams, and no one can make them come true for you. The only limits you have are the ones you set for yourself. One thing with the last 5 years or so that we can all agree on is they went by so fast. Really fast, and the years aren't slowing down. I believe it was Ferris Bueller who said it best. He said, life goes by pretty fast. If you don't stop to look around once in a while, you may miss it. And that's very true. Every day should be treated as a gift, and that's very hard to do sometimes. As we get ready, and as the days go by, as we get ready to move on and look to our futures, not one of us here can say that we're not scared. The way jobs are going these days, we can spend the next 5 years or so and anywhere from $17,000 to $100,000 in university education, graduate with honors, and still not be guaranteed a job when we get out. Violence and AIDS are both in the increase, and you're lucky if you know your next door neighbor anymore. But to sit here and say that we can't make a difference is ludicrous. I'm not saying we can go out and change the world. It's going to take a lot more than us to do that. But we can make a little bit of a difference. If we make one difference in one person's life, we've accomplished something wonderful. It's funny though, even I've mentioned all the troubles before, none seem to bother me as much as the possibility that I can lose touch with my friends someday. They say that for most people that you'll never have as close of friends as the ones you had in high school. And the friends I have now, I hope to keep for the rest of my life. Now, whether time and reality allow that to happen is a different question. The reason I'm saying this is because not one person here can say that their friends aren't important to them. My closest friend, I found out as of late, is the most important person in my life, but I took her going away to university to realize that. And although the two of us have probably fought more with each other than anybody else, when we go our separate ways, we remember that we could not have made it through a certain situation without each other. And it's at that time that you realize that the person you're fighting with is far, far more important than what you're fighting over. And there's too many times in a person's life when you forget that. The reason I'm saying this is I don't want people to wait till it's too late to realize how important their friends are. Realize now the people sitting beside you help make you who you are. When you think about it, the influence, what you wore, the music you listened to, what you did during your spare time, and the influence whether or not you obeyed your parents. And of course, we'd not be here tonight without our parents. These very people who on one wild and crazy night about 19 years ago did the best possible thing they ever could have done for us. Our parents who taught us how to talk, to walk, how to act. These very same parents who gave us our moral values, food to eat, a home, a bandage when we fell off our bike, but ultimately the car when we turned 16. And they give their own life if it meant saving ours. And parents, even though at times you had a knock for driving us crazy, on behalf of the graduates, I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. To the teachers, without you we may still be here, but we'd be really, really incoherent. We thank you for the extra work and the extra time you put in both in and after classes, and the little things that meant a lot. And most of all, we thank you for helping us graduate from one of the top academic schools, and not only the city, but the province. And to my fellow graduates, thank you for helping make high school one of the best experiences of my life. I only hope that we can do the same for you. One thing I've always wanted to say is that life is supposed to be fun, no matter what you do. Always remember that you were a kid, and that there will always be a little kid inside of you. Don't forget how to use it. Although they say not to live in the past, I will never forget the memories and the times that I shared with you. One motto I try to live by is this: learn from yesterday, live for today, and strive for tomorrow. If I don't see any of you ever again after tonight, in all sincerity, I wish all of you the best of luck and the greatest of success in everything you do. Thank you very much. God bless.
It takes a great many people to put an evening like this together. And it's been a great pleasure for me to act as your master of ceremonies tonight. As principal of the school, I have to say that we've had a wonderful graduating class. I'm glad so many were able to come back. And we are looking forward to meeting with all of you informally as we go to the reception below. Before we close, however, I would like to say specific thanks to a number of people. The decor, the reception that will follow, the artwork, the music, all the things that go into making this particular event such a success is the result of a large committee. And I'm going to read their names. Brian Angel and Nima Hodgkins, who are helping on stage. Maeve Connell, Inga Evans, Margaret Funtz, Carol Hodgson, Jim Holmes, Arlene Gillett, Joan Kennedy, who chaired the committee this year, Marlene McLean, Hugh Newman, Ellen O'Reilly, Dawn Slaughter, Sally Taylor, Gary Toms, Don Clark, and the band members, Breakfast Club members, Mrs. Phelps' grade 10 Foods class, the lighting and sound crew. A special word of thanks to Mrs. Kelly, who's our administrative secretary. She isn't on stage tonight. She's out there making sure everything goes smoothly, as she has for the last literally months, working overtime, many, many extra hours to make sure that tonight's evening ceremony would be as smooth as it has been. So thanks particularly to her and all those who have helped. Everyone is invited to the cafeteria just below the auditorium for a reception that will follow to talk to our graduates and to renew acquaintances. So I hope you will take some time to go down and enjoy some refreshments and a little social time together. Ladies and gentlemen, we will conclude the formal part of the evening with full cabinet.